Hey guys, Brent here and welcome back to brentmailphotography.com. In today's tutorial, I'm going to run through an ebook that I found, a really excellent guide on how to convert your images to black and white by Kent Default. And I'm going to show you a couple of little extra tricks on how to do it even faster and have even more control on your black and white conversions. Stick around and watch. Hey guys, Brent here and welcome back. It's an excellent day here in Australia. I just had a surf and it's springtime and everything's in bloom and it's just beautiful. Now, as you probably know, I love black and white images. And in this tutorial, I'm going to run through a couple of images that I've converted, some portraits and some landscapes, and I'm going to show you what Kent has taught me in this black and white book. And it's an excellent resource, guys. So before I carry on, click the link below this video. There's a special deal that I've managed to organize with Fotsy to give you this book at a massively discounted rate. So check it out. It's a really good deal and it's definitely worth it. I highly recommend this book. Now, the interesting thing about Kent is that he spent 6 years of his career as a photographer dealing with just black and white images. How cool is that? In the days of film, he spent 6 years processing and printing black and white images. So he is an expert when it comes to black and white conversion, and he's taught me 2 different methods to edit these images and convert them to black and white, and he teaches them in Photoshop, Lightroom, and Lightroom Elements, and it's a really easy way. So I'm going to show you an extra little trick in this tutorial. So let's have a look. So Kent actually allows you to download his images. He has 2 of them, this beautiful sunset and this one of the Grand Canyon. And then we're going to run into my image of the guy that I photographed in Crete in Greece. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. So this is the first method over here. So I'm going to open up this image. This is one that I've converted. It's one of the assignment images that Kent gives you, and he shows you how to do it, and then you can do it yourself, which is a really good way to learn. So I'm going to go into the develop module in Lightroom, and I'm going to show you a really quick way of getting extra control on these images when you convert them to black and white. So this is the first method that he teaches. We'll just wait for Lightroom to fire up over here. There we go. It's loading it up. Good. All right. So under the black and white tab, you'll notice you can actually change the color mix in the black and white image. So see how you change, if I can change the reds over there, or I can change the oranges. I can change different colors, but here's the trick. Here's something that's going to save you a lot of time and give you more control over your black and white conversions. See that little target over there? Let's click on that, and then I can click on any part of this image, right? And I can click and then drag my mouse up or down, or my touchpad, depending on what what you're on, a PC or a Mac, or if you've got a mouse or a touchpad. I'm on a touchpad right now. So I can click in the sky over here. So let's click on this cloud, for instance, and then I can drag the mouse up and down. Now look at the color mix over here. Watch how they move when I click there and I move it up and down. So that's obviously just working the reds. Let's click in the background here and I move it up and down. Now look at that. It's actually working the greens and the yellows. Whoa, that looks a little weird to me. I might just click in this area here. So look at that. The orange and the reds are changing. So I can make certain areas of the image much darker and other areas much lighter really quickly by just clicking on that little target over there and clicking in the image and then moving this my mouse up and down to change the luminosity of those colors, or at least the color mix in this example, because this is method 1. So I'm changing the color mix over here and I can take great control of my image. Now let's have a look at image of this one over here of the Grand Canyon. Now the great thing about this image is it's got a lot of yellows and greens and oranges in it, and obviously blues up here. So it's a really excellent way to show you the difference. Now this is how I converted it with method number 1, and this is method number 2. Now look at the difference. Those are both in Lightroom, the same image, 2 different ways, and you get 2 different results. It's a really cool way of doing it. So let's go to method number 2. We go to the develop module, And let's have a look at how I can quickly and easily take control of this image and change the luminosity sliders in it. So this is method number 2, and here we go. I can actually change the luminosity of the different colors. Now check this out. Look how the image changes over there. So I can take the reds or the oranges and move them around. Now here you can use the same technique of just clicking on that little target over there and then clicking anywhere on this image. I'm going to take this mountain in the foreground and I'm going to move the sliders up and down. So I'm clicking and dragging my mouse up and down, and you notice the orange and the yellow values for the luminosity are changing. So I can take this mountain in the foreground and make it darker than the background, or I can make it lighter. How cool is that? And I can even click in the sky area of this image. So I can click up here and then watch the blues down here as I click and drag. Look at that. Look at the blues go up. I can make the sky totally light, or I can make the sky really dark and stormy. That is amazing. So that's the trick, guys. This little target in the luminosity area, if you're using method number 2 that Kent teaches us, or you can use the color mix if you're using method number 1. So let's go down to my guy that I photographed in Crete, and there's the original image, which I which I kind of liked, and I loved his, the color of his eyes, obviously, but I loved it when it was a black and white. So there's method number 1 that I've used from this ebook, and there's method number 2. See the difference? Look at the difference. So let's go to method number 2 over here, and we'll go to the develop module, and I'll show you. I'm going to use that same little technique that I've just taught you on how to save time and have more control of your image using the luminosity sliders. And I'll click on the target over there, move it to his cheek, and I can change it. And watch the orange. Watch how that orange changes. That's just amazing. But here's something else when you're using method number 2 that Kent advises us to use in his ebook. Excellent ebook, really. You've also got control over the vibrancy and the saturation sliders. Now check this out. What this does is it actually changes the midtones in your histogram up here. So let's first go to saturation, and let's have a look at this image. What does it do? I can pump the saturation up, or I can pump it down. Now obviously there's no saturation because it's a desaturated black and white image. But when you're using method number 2, you've actually got those 2 extra controllers, vibrancy and saturation, to change the midtones of your image. Check this out. How cool is that? So that's like a more of a smoother midtones, and you'll see the midtones are kind of higher in the middle over there. And if I go all the way down the saturation, look at that. The midtones in the middle are low, and then I've got high blacks and very high whites. So it's made it more of a contrasty image. And here I'm getting more midtones in the image over there. You can also use the vibrancy slider and see what that does. And I've been playing with these. This is just an amazing method. I'm loving it. You've got so much control of your black and white image in Lightroom and also in Photoshop or Lightroom Elements to do this in. So there we go, guys. That's the quick tip for you today. Is firstly, make sure you click below this video and grab this ebook that Kent has put together for us, Kent Default, and there's a special deal over there. And then do his tutorials at the end, his assignments. So you download 4 of his images, you can edit them along however you like, and then try this method that I've explained where you can use the little target, click in the image and drag it and change the color mix or the luminosities. The luminosity values, so that you can get a much better image. So check this out. I'm going to run through this really quickly to see what I came up with. So there's the original. Whoops, we'll click back and go. We'll zoom out again. Okay, so there's the original. That's the method number 1. There's method number 2. And here's the original of the Grand Canyon, I think it is. There's method number 1, and there's method number 2. See the difference? And there's my guy in Crete. There's method number 1, and there's method number 2. Awesome, guys. I hope you found this tutorial valuable. Please leave me comments below, and I hope you guys have an excellent day. Catch you later. This is Brent.